merge cubes, which are these, and then cospaces, which is how to code these. It's got a variety of different things you can do, whether or not you have the cubes or not. If you are interested, I have more cut out, and I also have just copies that you can then make copies of for a class set. So, start with the merge cube. Oh, wrong one. So the merge cube came out in like 2015, I think, and it does a variety of things. It involves mixed reality, it's called. So virtual reality is the ones where you have the full goggles, you're fully immersed, and then augmented reality is sort of like where it comes into our world. Mixed reality does a bit of both. So it's within our world, so you can see everything going around it, but it's based on our cube that we're working with. So I'll show you. There we go. So they have a certain number of apps. This one here. So this is called Galactic World. And I put it on.
Oh.
And now I have the world there, so I can go a bit further, and hey, there's Earth. I can click on it, and I can see the National Space Center. I can see our moon. I can click on that little eye, and it'll give me a little bit of information about the Earth. And then I can go back out. Come back out, and I think I want to look at Neptune.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And I can see Neptune, and I can look up and count the different moons that Neptune has.
And are you going to share these apps with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm
And
just thinking about my husband teaches at Saddle Mountain, and one of his kiddos absolutely loves the solar system.
Yeah.
This would be a huge PBIS thing for him.
It's so much fun. And so then they have different ones like this one is Museum Viewer. And so they have sort of 3D certain artifacts. Oh, close that. There we go. Certain artifacts from a museum. So I can click on this one. And then there is divided into 3. All from there I can go, and these are all from the British Museum. So I can take a look, and you can see the whole, you can see where it's at in the world, and that's why it's mixed. If it was completely virtual reality, then we would be fully immersed in that, where we would have to have those goggles. But because we have this cube, it turns that into a mixed reality. And so I can look at all these different pieces. I can get out, and let me go back. Or I can go through, and I can click on, the Rosetta Stone. So if we're talking about language, we can talk about the Rosetta Stone. Different things like that. And there's just such a large variety of different apps that are already made. And there's free versions and there's paid versions. These are 2 free version ones.
Wow. And that's just all off of this same cube that you gave me?
Mm-hmm. So that paper one, I have a foam one that I got it was Walmart. It's $5 at Walmart for the foam version. And then I also have just the paper version. Either one works. If you want a sturdier kind of paper, you could just print it off on like that sturdier stock paper, like letter paper. All of those different apps that you can do is on that Merge Miniverse. And they're just all right here. So I could go to the cube. Oh, here's categories. And so then there's educational, there's games, 3D view, popular. Here's all the free.
So they're on here, but I wouldn't be able to play them on
No,
here.
on like your iPad or like your phone, you can do all of that on there.
So would I have to go onto Google Classroom on my phone to access that?
No, actually you just go to the App Store on your phone and just type in that, the names here. So they have Moment AR, they have the 3D Museum Viewer, they have the Galactic Explorer, Mr. Body, just all kinds of different ones. And then there's those paid ones as well. But just when you're...
What are you under? No.
So the Miniverse, and then I'm just under Popular right now. But you could go
Popular. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have categories, and it's like...
Yeah, you could go to the categories as well and go to Educational. And you'd have all the educational ones on here.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
And you can see under the bottom of them, they have it says green, and green, whether it's paid for or free. But they have all kinds of different ones, and it's just something fun for the kids to do. And with their tablets, if they just have them set up, then they can use both hands to go around in a circle.
And this cube literally is everything that's on here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Did I miss that?
I just
This
started.
Tech Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
I just started.
So cool.
Well, I'm gonna try a little more flip gridding before next week's.
Yes.
Oh,
Hopefully we have more people for next week.
Yeah. Well, I totally forgot about it. So.
Yeah, I expected. Yeah. So yeah, this is a great, just a great place to find different apps and different things that you can do with those merge cubes, and they're just so fun.
yeah.
And it's like exploring a new world. I go on.
Morning.
Let's see.
Yeah, how do you get an iPhone to share on a promo board?
I just connected it.
Mine wouldn't AirPlay that way, so I don't know. We couldn't get it to come up on any of our phones when we were in Juan's room trying to.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Oh, you gotta show her the solar system.
Yeah. So I have this one's the museum viewer, and then this one is the solar system. So let me go back.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
So as you're looking on your phone, that's what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Like how more interesting would have this been going through school
Yeah, that's really cool.
than just seeing it in the text?
Oh,
Right.
with little facts.
With little facts and information on it, so if you're learning about...
Totally have my kids make something like this.
Yeah, and so this is Merge Cube, and so that's what Cospaces does. It helps code this. So you can create things on your Merge Cube.
I love the sound effects.
Yeah. Has
That's pretty cool.
the whole thing so you feel like you're in orbit, and it's fun. And as I said, they have all kinds of different ones that you can do. Sorry.
That was making me dizzy.
Sorry. There we go. But yeah, so I have a couple on here. I have a lot more on my iPad, but that's what's recording this. So, but yeah, there's all kinds of different ones that you can do for like the American Revolution. You can talk about Buzz Aldrin. You can talk about different animals.
There's a times table one.
Yeah, there's Street View. There's all kinds of different ones, and most of them are free. So like they have one that's all about King Tut. You can have National Geographic Lions, NASA. I mean, they're just so...
like to hear colors. That's fascinating.
Yeah, just so fun. Or like if you're looking at the Starry Nights in art class, just so many fun ones that you can do. And these are all educational. And they have different games and that kind of stuff that you can do on here too. That could be fun for the kids to do as well.
What is elemental order? I was hoping it was something to do with like the actual. My son's trying to learn all the
elements.
Elements.
But yeah, so it's it's real fun. All the things you could do. You have 360 videos. So if you want to go like on a tour of Japan,
Oh my gosh.
if you want to go on the mission to Jupiter, Bahrain, Ben-Hur,
DuckTales.
DuckTales.
Okay. Inside of a NFL football game.
Yeah. So just looking at puppies and getting licked by a cow.
Oh, that's funny.
Just a lot of really fun things that you can do with that.
I need to text my sister-in-law and be like, get in here, because Marilyn could do some of this stuff too.
Yeah, and I mean this is for any class. It's not, it's not something that's specific towards a STEAM class or anything like that. And it could be something that you could do in any kind of subject for fun. Yeah, so this is the Merge Cube. It won, let me see. It's sort of it's created by Microsoft, or they got bought out by Microsoft this last year. So they have quite a bit of things with that, but they have all kinds of different resources that you can use, and they have...
I love the little anatomy.
Yeah, I have that one on my tablet. So they have like getting started, they have trainings, they have all kinds of different things that you can do on here.
Okay.
And then, Cospaces lets us go in and actually code.
So instead of just
Instead
one from there,
we can create our own. So let me go on here and where's my app? Oh, there it is. Download.
You missed the super cool. I mean, we're still doing.
I was gonna stop in. I was like, oh, well, I looked and I didn't see any.
Yeah, because I was just thinking like Brandon and Bobby's class was the solar system, and she was showing us the cool stuff. But there's things.
Did you make that?
Oh my God, Janelle needs to see this so she can teach Lara.
When you said Tech Tuesdays, is this always?
Every Tuesday for the next 6 weeks.
Okay.
So I can show you what I'm talking about here. So here's the paper version of it.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yes.
Can you see? Like I told her, it's like Bobby can use this for Brandon for PBIS.
Yes.
And then it's something because Brandon's having a hard time with not getting to keep what and this way there's nothing that he'd be able to take home. Oh, here,
Right.
But isn't that incredible? And all of these apps, there's 360 videos, there's games, there's music. I mean, all this stuff. Travel, you can like go and look what it would tour Japan, alpaca. I mean,
Wow.
all this stuff.
And is this on the school website somewhere? Or
I just put it. I put it on my Teaching with Technology classroom, Google Classroom.
Here's how I got there. Oops. Oh, I guess I didn't have to do that. But here.
So you can always put that code in, and any resources I give will go on
I'm
there.
gonna take a picture of that code so I remember. Oh, I already have you. So I
Yeah,
don't
you
have
are.
to-
Yep. Once you're in, you don't have to put that code in again.
Just go with my computer, actually.
So merge cube, or we're doing code spaces?
So that was merge cubes, and then I'm going to show you how to code.
Okay, let me go get my.
This is like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
So we had something, I can't remember the name of the app, but our tech teacher took some of my library books, and so she recorded videos of the kids, so they would scan over a planet, and then the kids pop up and say, you know, this is Jupiter.
And you
tell
can
facts
actually do
about
something
it.
like that with cospaces. You can code your cube. So let me. Okay. So cospaces is the coding part of it. So this is what I was when I went to a training on. This is what I had done with it, and I'm going to see if I can get.
Good morning.
What?
This is so cool.
No, this is a what?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can trade you. Because I will teach mine better. Yeah.
Okay.
So your actual website.
Yeah, so then this is what I coded. I was just playing around with some of the different animals, and you can make them run, and then the fox is actually trying to pounce on him, but I got it upside down on there, but you can see him. He's going to pounce. There he goes.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And so just off of my cube here that I did, and that's all through cospaces. And so you can do stuff with just different animals on here, or you can do different things like, let's say you want to do a book report. And so you could have where you have a video, a YouTube video over here. You could have a picture of the book title over here. You could have the kids record on one side. And all you have to do is you have to have a cube, and you just can view it and see what they did in a very unique way instead of just having to read lots of papers about it.
And I'm going to Walmart and buying.
Yeah.
I'm going on Walmart and ordering. Is it just called Merge Cube?
Merge cube,
Is
yeah.
it this that you're ordering?
Yeah, because hers is a foam, like
There's a foam.
sturdy.
Oh.
Yeah. So
And then-
you can print these out and stuff, but you can also get that one. I prefer a sturdy for myself.
Yeah.
Trying to figure.
Yeah, like
things
if you're trying to learn it, like if you're trying to get your kids to have it, you could do the paper, and then like when you're grading what they're doing off of it, you can have a firmer one to do yours on there.
So every kid has the same cube.
Yep.
The same pattern, but they can link their own information
Yeah.
to all.
Yep. So they log into. Let me get back. I'll switch over.
And so you know, we don't have anywhere to be at 7:50.
Okay. So on here, so this is what the screen looks like once I'm in, and that looks like here. And so then I can just do free play. And with free play, you don't have to have a cube. You can just create a world and then it's all on your computer. And this works with Chromebooks, it works with iPads, it works with phones, it works with our Macs, it works with everything. It's just a website on there. You do have to have something that has a camera on this side to do it, so like apps and that kind of stuff will work. So if you have like an iPad or like a classroom set of iPads, then you can just have the kids get on there. And they don't, they sign in with their Google account, so they just have to sign out when they get done. But on here, so I'll just go in here, and I'll just take, so over here I have the library, and that has just all of the different items. I can do different people, I can do different animals, and I just click on those and drag them to where I want. And then I can make him bigger, maybe, there he is. Make him bigger, and I want to attach. So I want to attach him to the top. There he is. And I want him to animate, and I want him to be just lying there. So now I can. Now you're just sitting there laying on there. So I can have fun with the little animals, or if I want to go a little bit more in depth, so like I like the holes, so I'm just going to put holes on here. So I want it to be a little bit bigger. I want it to...
Right, I think you're doing a book report.
I want to attach it to here, so now it's on the left-hand side. I want to put a GIF in there. I want to come in and I want to have that cool picture. One of the most well-known phrases. Attach it on there. And so I can look up specific videos, or I can upload those videos from different places. I can do sound, so if the kids are doing their book report and they're talking about the characters, they can record themselves and then attach it to one of these sides. So then, just add a few more here. There's Mr. Sir. All right, so now I'm ready to go. So I'm going to grab my phone. I'm going to open up cospaces. I'm going to play it. Now you can see holes. Turn it, and there's Mr. Sir, because he's my favorite character. And there's a GIF saying I can fix that.
So if I have the app, I can also just use my phone with your cube? So then how does it know, like, if she's made a different cube, if the sides of the cube are the same, how does it know what program it's looking at?
It's it'll be connected to that student's name. So one of the things that so you can see, so they have an assignment. So they have a free version of Code EDU, and the purpose of these Code or these Tech Tuesdays is to sort of see what people are interested in. If this is something that we're interested in, then maybe we need to pay for a copy of this or a version of this. Right now I just sort of have the free version of it, so you can do that free play. Or like you can have the kids come in and you can, they show you their cube with their information. But you can assign a specific thing, and then it's attached to each student, and you open it up and you would see all of your students' assignments, and you click on that, and then you can play it, and then you can start seeing what those students did based on what they've done. So I just have mine on here since I was a student for this one, but I could also go in and I could do free play. And this one doesn't require an assignment or anything like that. So like I have this one that I made. And this one, because it's just a free play, it doesn't need a cube. So like you can see I have a little deer over here that's eating, and I have a tiger that's just laying there. So you can do stuff like that too, that, we want I want them to start playing around with it and create their own world with, the ecosystem of a specific animal. They can go in and they can create whatever world they want. So I can change it up, and I want them to be in the snow now. I want them to come in, and I want them to be in the city. And so they can do, all kinds of a variety of different things. And then, create their world around that. And this is all just like the simplified version of it. You can also do the bit more of the in-depth where you actually code specific things. Where like this one, I want the animation of the deer to run and then exit when the tiger's running after it, And you can do different coding stuff with this as well. This might be something that's more for like they're getting familiar with it in their classroom, and then they go and do a big assignment in their STEAM class at the elementary level, or they're going in and they're doing something in robotics and they're talking about this kind of stuff. Something real simple that you can do with just the different animals, or you can really go code and do all kinds of stuff. Like some of the teachers, when the training that I was at, they were going full depth where they were having the animals talking, they were talking to each other, and one was chasing, like a fox was chasing a mouse and run all over the place, and it caught the mouse and then it was running off. It was just so fun. I'm not a coder, so this is all very new to me, but this is simply enough that I can, someone who, like me, that has no experience with coding can still do. Because I learned this only a week ago, and I was able to do this. So, a lot of fun, different things that our students can do, both in the classroom and then outside the classroom. And as I said, these are they're just paper, so they're free to copy. I have a ton of copies of these that you can take, that you can use for whatever you want. If you want them a little bit sturdier, like I do have a couple that are made of like the cardboard, so they're a little bit sturdier. But so you can just copy them off on that, and you can do whatever you want with them.
And I have some cardstock in this wet office too. So.
Perfect. Yeah, so you can do a lot of fun things with them, and you can have the kids just starting off with the merge cubes on using them to look at those different apps and that kind of stuff, and then if the students are really interested in it, then they can actually go in and they can start, doing more things with it by creating their own. It follows the our ed tech standards really wants us to get down to so that computational thinker, the innovative designer, and the knowledge constructor, these really help with those. Because we're really, the computational thinking, we're letting them really think about the coding parts and how do we make, stick it to one side and how do we make it do what it wants. That knowledge constructor, they're showing their knowledge and they're showing how they're finding that information. And then innovative designer, they can be as creative as they want when they're creating stuff on here. And it really just helps them learn that kind of stuff. And then also the empowered learner, because they get an active role in learning about what they want. So it's a lot of fun. Anyone have questions on this?
No, I just want to find some time to go and play with it now. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, things that you can do with it. And I went to a training at AC a couple years ago where they first started talking about these, and the lady had expanded these to a really big size, and then it got in a box and then taped it to the sides, and so she had a box that was about this big. And so she would raise it so all of us could see, so everyone could, just use that one box in the class.
Especially if they have their own iPads, like life skills, and she could hold up the box and they can hold up their iPad and see what's on it.
And it's just huge size. It was just a lot of fun idea to do. And she's like, yeah, I really want to bring this with me because it took me a long time, but she's like, I can't take it on the plane. So she was like, she's like, anyone that lives here want it, you can take it. But just a lot of fun things that you can do with it. I mean, it's limitless for what you can do.
I love that idea for those life skills kids, because it's, that destructible component would be like almost nothing.
She can even laminate them before she puts them on the side of the box.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yep.
Or honestly, even if she just has them as a sheet,
Yeah.
right? Doesn't have them as a box and sticks on the sheet.
Right.
And they can see one specific side
Uh-huh.
to the other side. But yeah, with the amount of apps that they have on here, I mean, you don't even have to go to that cospaces where you're actually coding it yourself. But
Once you're in her class, so go to the little.
oh, I can get
waffle
back.